Would you mind to talk about a little bit your background? Where did you born? Where did you grow up?
Mm-hmm. So I am Frances. I am 23 years old. I was born in Manila. I was raised here also. I studied here. And I'm working here also, still, yes. So my mom had me when she was she had me on her late 30s. Um, she was a military nurse. My dad was based in Europe before. He was a seafarer. I only had one sibling. We were 3 years apart, and she's older than me. My first course was mass communication, and then I shifted to interior design. So now I'm a realtor here, but before I worked in, I used to work in corporate too. That's 3 months from now, 3 months ago, sorry, 3 months ago. I was in sales for 2 years and then 1 year in executive's office as executive assistant of the CEO, and now I'm in real estate. I'm a realtor. I sell properties in a certain company here in the Philippines.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yes.
Hey, too young and so much already behind.
Yes, so much, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, aside from that, I do part-time also. I do part-time modeling. But actually, modeling, it started when I was little. You know, I remember I was grade one. And then a group of talent agency went to our school. Sorry, I think grade two, I cannot clearly remember, but something like that, yeah. A group of talent agency went to our school. They checked the students, and then they saw me there. So from there, they informed my teacher that if ever I'm interested. And then, of course, my teacher, what can I say? Diba? I'm too young for that. So I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's model, what's that. So my teacher told my mother. So my mother, I want to talk about my mother. You know,
Yeah, of course.
she's very strict. You know, she barely smile. She barely smile, but that's just I'm not saying she's not a happy person or whatnot, but that's just her attitude. Like some would misinterpret that behavior of hers, but she's really a loving and nice person, you know. So yeah, moving forward, so my teacher told my mom. So my mom was excited because my mom is kind of competitive. Yeah, so she likes me being in the contest, joining contests, joining groups, orgs, even when I was so young. So she pushed me to go there, and we tried, and then she supported me all the way, and then it started from there. It started from there. So honestly, on my younger years, from elementary, um, I'm very competitive when it comes to academics and also when it comes to modeling because my mom is always there.
Mm.
She was always there for me, and she was the one who influenced me to do that,
So
to
she
do
guide you
everything.
through all these competitions, let's put
Yes.
that way.
And sometimes I was crying na because, you know, it's too much pressure and too much ano. But my mom talaga, I want to make first kasi when I did that first, I want to make my mom happy.
I understand. And how do you see yourself now regarding achieving and being in the competition? Maybe your mom influence completely changed the way how you see the things these days?
Yeah, actually, yes. So from there, um, going to high school, and then high school, I joined some national competitions, which I won in one pageant. It's a national competition here in the Philippines. I represented Malabon City, and then I got the first place. So it started from there, like from just baby modelings into like a teenage, and then going to grown up and doing some a little, you know, sexy stuff, which actually my family don't agree with because yeah, I was raised in a conservative family, but I love them very much because I was raised with so much love
But
and
I guess you made a
values.
lot of friends during this time.
Yes, along. I actually yes, right. 70% of my friends are from that industry. I met them from that industry. And then, but it gave me a lot of opportunities, and things to do. Like, of course, it's a source of income. It's a clean source of income. And also by the fact that I've been doing that since I was young. So I also love what I'm doing. I enjoy being in the camera. I enjoy being told to do this scene, to do that, to endorse this, to that. So it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Not until I went to corporate, it was 3 years ago, I can clearly remember the day. It was April 23, 2018. Yes,
Wow,
that's
very precise.
my first day in my first job. Can I say the company?
If you wanted to.
Yeah. So EasyPay company. It's an EasyPay company. So it's an electronic commerce. Yeah.
Oh, a little bit different than being a model.
Yes, very far. So when I went there, my first days, it was a challenge because it's really different, diba? Kasi in modeling, you always have to be pleasing and then do this, do that.
And in the modeling, going back to that, what kind of job you were doing in modeling? Movies or
I
still
do
images?
endorsements, and then I do little roles in films also. I did that. And more on advertisements and then photo shoots, from some known makeup artists, designers. So there. But actually, I have insecurities before when I was there. Kasi, of course, diba, I'm only 5'7". I'm only 5'7". So it's kind of tall. It's kind of tall for a Filipina height. But really, in modeling industry, it's not tall. It's short. Diba? So there, and then I'm more I'm more chubbier. I'm more thicker
Healthier,
than
yeah.
yes, healthier than the other girls before. So there, I had my insecurities, but
So you were exposed in certain situations. Maybe a story to share. Something happened.
yeah, it happened to me. Yes, I was called fat. I was called fat by one coordinator.
And then what happened then?
From there, just I just kept it.
It hurt you?
It did. It did. It did because it it I felt that na parang I didn't meet their standards. By that time I was so young. I wasn't much opinionated as I am right now. I wasn't much exposed to the world because I was growing up, school, family, and then modeling, and then friends. That's just it. So I felt like maybe I'm not really, for this. Maybe I'm not really a model type. Maybe
So
I'm
that
not.
was the way you changed the profession and
At some point, yes, at some point, but not really a factor. It's just that I wanna do something different again. Kasi parang it's not. I'm happy. I was happy. I was happy, but I feel like it's not really satisfying. Like I'm really craving for more. It's like I want to do more and I want to be more. And then I remember the days, when I was in elementary also, I was very much competitive with the academics. So I feel like maybe, give it a try and let's see if I still have it.
I
Yeah,
understand.
so I went to corporate. That's 2018. My first days, it was a challenge because it's really different. It's really different. But moving forward as day goes by, as months goes by, years, I realized this is what I want to do also. This is really what I want to do because in corporate, I really grew. I really grew from a young lady to woman. I remember being the youngest in the company. I was the youngest employee there.
Wow. And did you find any mentors or anyone mentoring you?
Yes, I did.
Who's guiding you through?
A lot of people, like my biller, my former biller manager, he helped me, and then the team members, of course, and then I was transferred because we were bought by a big telco company here in the Philippines. Our company was bought. So I got an offer as an executive assistant. So I I embraced that. So I accepted that. I said, yeah, it's new for me, and I think it's a good experience since I'm young, and then it's like leveling up to working closer with the CEO, with the general manager. It would be so great. It would be so great. So I accepted that, and I was mentored, especially by my general manager. And actually, I'm very much happy and I'm very grateful up to this day because not only I found a mentor but also a friend and a second mother. To anyone's information, both of my parents are in heaven. Both of my grandparents are in heaven. As I've mentioned earlier, we were raised by my grandparents. Both of them are in heaven, and both of my parents are also in heaven. So only me and my sister is left here. But I'm happy because my sister has her own family and I have a niece, a very charming niece. Yeah, and I hope that she grows like me and my sister. Yeah, we're very much positive in life. Um,
And do you have a plan ahead of you to have your own family? But how do you see yourself? How many years to grow in this corporate level and settling down and having a family? Do you have anything in mind?
um, as of today, as of today, I'm really trying to get my focus on work because I'm exploring career on what I would really be doing in the long term. If is it this parang sorry, I mean like is this really for me? Um, but so far so good. So far so good. Now I'm in real estate. I'm in sales. And I do some part-time works. But what I'm really looking forward is, traveling, really. Not only to travel, to see the world, but also for work and that. But of course, that's the perk, diba? You have to see the world. And from there, maybe I would realize on where I really want to be in life, where I want to, settle, if I really want to have a family. Because honestly, I really want to be, it's not that I want to leave the country, but it's just, I want to explore. I want to explore. And I think that's what I grew from living alone. You know, I'm not afraid of anything. I can say that.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes I'm stubborn. My family says that.
What you mean
Yes.
stubborn? Anything to add to that?
Because I'm very adventurous, and I make, if I come to think about a decision, like, okay, I'll do this, like that, as quick as that. Like, of course, um, that sometimes it lead me to something bad.
No, I don't
But
know. What do you mean something bad?
something bad, like it caused me pain. It it pointed me to a wrong direction. But what I love about myself, and what I love about my family, especially my sister, my aunt, um, they're always there to pick me up.
So
No
they
matter how
guide
messed up I
they
get.
guide you through.
Always, always, always. We may not talk a lot of times, but whenever I need somebody, whenever they're always there. They're always there. So, yeah, and I can say I'm very lucky with friends too. You know, I don't know, but, before I used to feel alone, but now, I feel so grateful even if there are bad things that's happening to me, unfortunate things, because I realize that I have a lot of good friends and I have a loving family. So from there, it's just very pure. And I'm very, very grateful. And every people that I meet, I don't know if I have a magnet, but every people that I meet, they always, they always leave mark to my life, and they always help me into something as a person to grow. Um, so, like I think I've told you this before doing the interview. I said, Chava, if you would only know my story, I've been through a lot. Working while studying, supporting yourself, living alone, paying your bills. Um, all your family members, which the house you grew from, they all died, and you and your sister were just left alone. And I was a teenager back then. I was just 16, right? But there are only two things, eh. It would either it would harden you as a person, or it would, it would let you be soft to the world. Harden you in a way because, you know, it's like life has been hard to me all these years. So I have to be really clever and wise about my decisions and about choosing my circle and that. But it's like also passing the burden, from all the people you meet. But I went to the soft side. I was and I am always soft. Because I know what it feels like when the world is cruel to you, you know. So every people that I meet, I try to be as soft as I can be. I try to be as understanding as I can be. I'm very much friendly actually. Because I realized I belong to the lucky ones. My grandparents and my parents and the extended family showered us with so much love growing up.
That's good.
Yes, and yeah, every time I talk about it, it makes me so emotional. Not that but a happy cry kasi I'm very lucky.
So as you mentioned,
Mhm.
you are alone and living your life alone, your decisions alone, but you have the supportive sister there.
Mhm.
So how are you able to cope up to these days, to the challenges with this pandemic?
This pandemic. Actually, yes. The whole pandemic. Um, I was seeing somebody before. It was pandemic time, so I didn't really felt alone. Not until we stopped seeing each other. Just I think I cannot remember 3 months, 4 months ago. So that's when the real pandemic hit me. I mean the pandemic anxiety. You know that. So because I felt alone, and then I'm working from home, and then my family members are away from me. I live in Eastwood, and they live all over Manila. So it it hit me one time. I felt anxiety. I had anxieties, but I overcame it because my friends are always reaching out to me. They're always calling, and then I started going out. What I mean is going out of my house. I used to just work alone in a coffee shop here in a coffee bar. Yeah, coffee/bar here in Eastwood. I'll bring my laptop there. I'm working, and then suddenly, little by little, neighbors are approaching me there, introducing themselves. Girls, boys, and then until I belong to a group. I found myself in a group. So from there, it's I was just going there alone, but now I'm going with 3 to 4 people, 5 people, and then I developed friendship with my neighbors, and it's a good thing. And then it helped me overcame anxieties, and I'm very happy for that.
Good, good.
Mm-hmm.
So, Francis, what is your message for the young individuals? They are doing their life in this critical pandemic time and trying to make living. How they should able to overcome all the challenges. If you have any good practices to share, maybe.
Mm-hmm. If you're living alone, try to find a hobby. I know you have a lot of hobbies already, but try to make a new hobby. That's what I realized all throughout. Like, I developed a lot of hobbies like I do not do before, but now I'm doing, and it feels great. Trying new things. I think this is the best time to explore ourselves. I mean, to get to know more about ourselves. Kasi we don't know eh. Maybe if you do something and then you'll end up, you realize na parang that's what you really want to do and you enjoy doing that. So try to develop new hobbies. And as much as if you have the opportunity, if you'll gain, foreign friends, talk to them because you will learn a lot, different cultures, different perspectives. So it's really fun. This whole pandemic might be hard, but we just have to make the best out of it, you know.
Good.
Because yeah, there are things that we cannot control anymore, but how we respond to it, we can control that. So
You like to control things?
no, I mean, there are things that we cannot control, like for example, this pandemic situation, but how we would react or respond to it.
But do you like to
We have a
control as
choice
much
now.
as you can your life? Am I right?
With my life, yes. I did a lot of fun on my younger years. I've enjoyed it so much, and now I just I wanna, I still wanna have fun, but now living responsibly. Yes. I always make decisions that I know is that would bring me good for long term, like career, personal growth, and and where I want to be in life, because I really want to travel, anytime soon.
Good. Hey,
Yes.
I wish you luck with that.
Thank you.
And thank you for your time and thank you for your little story what you shared. Thank you. See you around.
Thank you.